Hi folks, this is our Try It Tuesday project for March 8th. It's a simple stamp disc ring, and we're using these smaller letters so you can put a full message, not just a word, with a just really basic little wire back to it. So the first thing we're going to do is put our message on our disc, and for that we're going to use 3/4 inch copper disc. You're going to need a bench block. So if you come to the store on this day, you'll get to learn how to use these tools. And these are the 1/16 inch letter stamps. They're little bitty. So there's actually they're actually small enough you can get several words on something. And technique that I recommend, we have not done it yet on these, is if you get a set of letter stamps so that you're not constantly having to look at it to figure out which way it needs to face, is go through your whole set and mark with nail polish or Sharpie on the side that needs to face you when you go to stamp. And also when you do your words, I recommend starting from the center and going out. So like if you've got a 5-letter word, like my name's Tracy, I'd start with the A in the middle and then work my way out. And then it would be centered and you wouldn't end up with a word crammed to one side of your disc. And let's see what we've got here. This is just a number 4 that I'll use as a demonstration. I'm just going to put it right in the center. And this is a steel stamp, so you really need to do it over the steel so you get the impression. And you just want to hold it steady near the base of the stamp with your non-dominant hand. I'm right-handed. And then I'm using a weighted mallet. You could also use like a ball peen hammer to strike your stamp with, just not your chasing hammer, not your pretty one. And you just want to hold it, give it a good smack. And I've got a little 4 in there. So like I said, start from the center and work out. And like in this case where we did stop and laugh, it's good to do the and first and then the words above and below. And then that way it's centered in both directions. So once you get your little message on there, I'm going to show you how to start constructing the ring. Alright, so I went ahead and just worked with my 4 and I put our little slogan on here, handmade forever. And the next thing I'm going to do is darken my letters so they show up a little more. And to do that I'm going to use SilverBlack. It's a patinaing agent. So I'm going to grab myself a paper towel. And you don't even have to pour this out. What we're going to do is I'm going to open it, put it over here. And I've got a toothpick. So I'm just going to dunk my toothpick in the SilverBlack. And there's just enough on there that you can go in and trace in the letters. And the idea is we're going to blacken the metal down in the crevices of the letters. Don't worry, you're not going to, like, some of it will spill out and it'll look kind of messy. We'll buff it back off, but you're just going to get it down in the crevices. Like that. And then we'll use our paper towel to wipe it off. And you're probably going to need something to buff with to get that extra dark off the high parts. So I've just got a little polishing pad. And you can keep using these guys till they get totally black. And I'm just going to rub lightly across the surface. And what that's going to do is take the black parts off the high bits and leave it down in the crevices so my words really stand out. So we've done the most tedious part, which you've got your message on there. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and make my holes in the sides for my wire. To do that, I'm just going to use a hole punch. This one will punch 1.8 millimeters. And it's nice to go ahead and get your word on there, because then you can work around it for your holes. So you want to do it close to the edge, but not so close you're going to punch through, because that would be bad. And this particular hole punch is really easy to use. It'll go up to about 18 gauge. So it won't do coins, but for discs like this it works great, and then you don't have to get out a whole drill setup. So there's my disc. And for the actual ring part, I just cut myself a length of 20 gauge wire. You could really use whatever color you wanted. And you're just going to lace it up through. And this is actually way more than I needed. And we've just been sizing it straight on the finger you want to wear it on. So like if I was going to make it for this finger, I'd have it in a little U shape and push it on there. And then you could bend to the side to figure out where your loop needs to start. And you're just going to bring this under and around. We're going to wrap just a few times to secure it. So bring it under. And wrap through. And you're just going to repeat on the other side. You can go ahead and trim this. So I went ahead and wrapped both sides and trimmed, and you'll notice it's kind of wonky right now. So what I'm going to do to fix that is I've got a steel ring mandrel here. So I'm going to pull my ring down on the mandrel just to shape it back out. And you can even take the mallet and hammer it just a little bit. And that'll help shape it back out and harden it a little bit. You could really do this part with a heavier gauge as well if you wanted to. Give you a more substantial ring. It's just going to be harder to do this wrapping part. But that's going to help. See, that part needs a little more love. That's going to help get some of the weirdness out of it from doing your wire wrapping. And then you have a cute little message ring. So you can come in on the 8th and make it here, or you can get all of the supplies on our website and make it yourself at home. Enjoy, folks.